Thanks for that report, Bob. And moving on to another theater now, Yellow Door Theater Project in Niagara on the Lake is busy preparing for their original musical adaptation of Hansel and Gretel. I stopped by their rehearsal this past weekend to speak to members of the cast, as well as the writer and director, Leslie Wade.
Okay, so you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It seemed like it was interesting to explore Hansel and Gretel, which is really about two kids that get left in the forest because the parents can't afford to feed them. It's basically the gist of the original story. And then they meet the witch, and then they have to prevail. And it seemed like a really good theme for this particular time period. And also, but we wanted to set it in a Depression era, which seemed fairly apropos of what was going on. So that's kind of how it all sort of came about.
I find that extremely interesting because it's not a portion of that original fairy tale that a lot of people focus on. They focus on the kids getting lost in the woods. They don't focus on that source, the reason why they were lost in the woods. So you're taking that and riffing on it for the entire play.
Yeah.
Right?
In Act 2, we do reach the original source material. So in Act 2, when the kids escape the camp that they're in and they run off into the forest, then they run into the witch and all of that, and it's a twist on that in the same way that Wicked has a twist in it. But it is a piece about the possibility of change and about how being kind and being nice is a really valuable asset, and how that can help bring about change.
Is there extra pressure on you because your character is one of the main characters, one of the title characters of this?
Not that much, because I feel like that all the characters in like the show has like they're all main. It's not like there's extras, and like they all have like a big part to play.
Mother writing to just say hello. We hear the bell ringing, so we have to go.
Wilhelma is the head witch, and she is the meanest one of them all. And she kind of is orchestrating this whole plan, and yeah, she's just really mean. She doesn't really like anybody.
I play Romilda. She's a music teacher, and she's friends with Norgard and Dagmar, who are also more musical characters. And she's kind of like longs like for love. She loves Wuthering Heights and things like that, but she just, I don't know, I'd say she's more calm than the other two witches that she tends to be around, but she definitely has a big personality and loves to sing.
Tell me about your role in Hansel and Gretel.
My character's name is Werner. My character at the beginning of the show is always bored. He needs a reward for everything that he does, but towards the end of the show, he matures and he doesn't need a reward for everything.
Scott, tell me about writing the songs for this particular production.
Well, I haven't written a lot for young people before, so it was really fun. I tried to write the music that when I was doing theater as a kid, I would want to sing and perform. So I was trying to write it as cool and as fun as I possibly could. I think it turned out in an artful, artistic way, but it was more about like how joyful and fun and weird and silly I could make it. One of the things that's fun about the sound of this show is the witches exist in a sort of gothic, sort of classic musical theater land, and then the campers, the kids who the witches torment, their sound is more poppy, more contemporary. So it's sort of between those two worlds.
I worked on Broadway. I worked on Jesus Christ Superstar on Broadway, so I'm familiar with the kind of stuff that goes on there, and they're as good as anybody I've ever seen on a Broadway stage. Emily, our lead, who's playing the witch, Wilhelma, she is an incredible actress. Like, she's just fantastic. But I mean, all of the kids are rallying. Some kids have more experience than others, so that's, like for some it's a bit more of a challenge, but they are amazing. They're really incredible.
Yellow Door Theatre presents Hansel and Gretel at the Robertson Theatre at the FirstOntario Performing Arts Centre, Wednesday, November 17th through Friday, November 19th. Visit firstontariopac.ca.